It may come as a shock, but one of the most common nutrition mistakes made by people over 60 could be silently sabotaging their strength, mobility, and independence. It's not about eating too much junk food or skipping vitamins, it's about the way they consume protein. And the truth is, getting this one thing wrong can completely stall muscle growth, no matter how often you exercise, how many supplements you take, or how active you try to be. The mistake? Most seniors are eating the right amount of protein, but at the wrong time and in the wrong form. And that's a far bigger issue than it seems. Recent research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that simply spacing your protein intake incorrectly throughout the day can reduce muscle protein synthesis by over 30% in older adults. That means even if you're eating enough total protein, your muscles may never get the full benefit. And when you consider that after age 50, we lose up to 1% of our muscle mass every single year, that's a serious problem. Muscle isn't just about strength, it's about survival. It's what allows you to carry groceries, get up from a chair, climb stairs, and avoid falls. Losing it quietly over time puts you at risk for fractures, hospitalizations, and even a shortened lifespan. The scariest part? Many seniors think they're doing everything right. They have their scrambled eggs in the morning, maybe some chicken at lunch, and then a hearty dinner with meat or fish. But studies show that over 70% of daily protein intake for older adults happens at dinner. This means that for the other 16 to 18 hours of the day, your muscles are basically starving, especially after sleep or after a walk or workout. Your body needs a steady stream of protein, ideally 25 to 30 grams per meal, to trigger what's called muscle protein synthesis. That's the biological process that builds and repairs muscle tissue. And in seniors, that system becomes slower and less responsive, which means you have to be more intentional about timing and distribution. Let's dig into what's really going wrong here. As we age, our ability to digest, absorb, and utilize protein declines, a process known as anabolic resistance. That means the same piece of chicken breast that builds muscle in a 30-year-old might not have the same effect in someone who's 70. You need more high-quality protein, spaced evenly throughout the day, and paired with physical activity to get the same benefit. But that's not what's happening. Most seniors skip breakfast or eat toast, fruit, or oatmeal with little to no protein. Lunch might be a salad or soup with a small amount of meat. And then dinner becomes the only protein-dense meal of the day. This pattern leads to a long fasting window and a single spike in protein intake, too little, too late. To make matters worse, many older adults also choose protein sources that aren't easily digestible or lack the essential amino acids needed for muscle repair. For example, relying too heavily on nuts, grains, or low-protein dairy can lead to incomplete amino acid profiles. What your muscles need, especially for growth, is leucine, an essential amino acid found in high-quality animal proteins like eggs, chicken, fish, and Greek yogurt, as well as plant-based options like soy and pea protein isolate. Without enough leucine, your body won't effectively switch on the muscle-building process. And here's something few doctors mention: muscle is directly tied to brain health. Yes, research out of Tufts University and the Journal of Gerontology confirms that seniors with higher muscle mass have better memory, sharper thinking, and a lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. So this isn't just about your arms or legs. It's about staying mentally sharp, physically capable, and emotionally confident in your golden years. Let me tell you a story about Joan, a 72-year-old woman who thought she was eating healthily. She had fruit smoothies in the morning, light soup and crackers at lunch, and a hearty dinner with meat and potatoes. Despite walking daily and taking calcium supplements, she noticed her grip strength weakening and her energy levels dropping. After a few visits to her doctor and some physical therapy, nothing changed until a nutritionist reviewed her protein timing. By shifting her meals to include 30 grams of protein at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Joan began to see dramatic improvements in her strength, posture, and mood. It wasn't about adding more supplements. It was about fixing the pattern of her nutrition. Now, here's the part that surprises most people: You don't need more protein overall, you need to spread it out correctly. Aim for 25 to 30 grams per meal, and especially don't skip it in the morning. That might look like 3 scrambled eggs with cottage cheese at breakfast, grilled chicken salad for lunch, and baked salmon or lentil stew at dinner. If you're short on time or appetite, a high-quality protein shake with at least 20 grams of whey or plant-based protein can work wonders, especially after physical activity. Just make sure to choose options low in sugar and additives. Many seniors also worry about kidney health when it comes to protein, and that concern is often outdated. Unless you have advanced kidney disease, most recent research suggests that higher protein diets are actually protective for aging adults. They help maintain muscle, reduce frailty, and even lower the risk of hospitalization from falls and injuries. In fact, the real danger lies in not getting enough high-quality protein, and getting it too late in the day when your muscles are already losing ground. There's another common protein mistake: over-reliance on supplements instead of real food. While protein powders are helpful for filling gaps, they should not replace meals. Seniors need the additional nutrients that come from whole foods, like vitamin B12 in eggs, omega-3s in fish, and zinc and iron in lean red meats. Relying only on powders can lead to other deficiencies that weaken muscles, slow healing, and damage immune health. Equally critical is what you combine with protein. Seniors who don't perform strength training or resistance exercises lose the full potential of their diet. Protein intake without muscle stimulation is like buying bricks and never building the house. The combination of protein and resistance movement, even just bodyweight squats, light dumbbells, or resistance bands, activates the cells responsible for growth and repair. And this is true even for people in their 70s, 80s, and beyond. Studies have shown that seniors who increase protein and engage in mild strength training can reverse frailty in as little as 12 weeks. Let's talk about digestion for a moment. As we age, stomach acid decreases, which means proteins don't get broken down as efficiently. Seniors who experience bloating or indigestion after eating meat often reduce their intake without replacing it with other protein-rich options. But solutions exist: digestive enzymes, probiotics, or switching to softer, more digestible protein sources like stews, bone broth, or poached fish can help maintain intake without discomfort. There's also a psychological component to consider. Many seniors were raised in an era where meat and potatoes were common, but now face a cultural shift toward lighter meals or smaller portions due to appetite changes. Some fear gaining weight, while others have dental issues or difficulty chewing. These are valid concerns. But they can be worked around with foods like mashed legumes, scrambled eggs, yogurt, or smoothies that are easier to eat but still rich in protein. One of the biggest myths still circulating is that older people don't need as much protein. That's dangerously wrong. The current recommended dietary allowance, RDA, is 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, but that's just the minimum to avoid deficiency, not to build or maintain muscle. Experts in geriatric nutrition now recommend 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram, nearly double the old advice. For a 150-pound senior, that's around 80 to 110 grams of protein a day. And again, spread evenly, not crammed into one meal at the end of the day. If you're watching this and wondering how to start, keep it simple: add protein to your first meal tomorrow. Even a single change, like adding eggs or a scoop of protein powder to your oatmeal, can set off a chain reaction. From there, adjust lunch and dinner to meet your needs. Consider tracking your intake for a few days using an app or food journal. And remember, consistency matters more than perfection. So, to recap, the number one protein mistake seniors make is not the amount, it's the timing and distribution of that protein across the day. This mistake silently erodes muscle mass, weakens bones, and slows recovery, even when you're eating healthy. But by fixing this pattern, spreading out your intake, choosing high-quality sources, and pairing it with gentle strength training, you can protect your muscle, stay mobile, and live independently longer. Have you noticed a difference in how your body feels based on what or when you eat protein? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more science-backed tips to keep your body and brain strong in your senior years. We've got plenty more to come.